it could be, like, whoa, like, I'm going to back off, let them do their seva, like, nobody gets in the way of the seva, But so this boldness to serve, and you'll get this strong. If someone will tell, oh, Lavanya Didi, relax, That's like an insult. We saw that the other day at the table, Saraswati and Lavanya, they were like telling each other, you relax. And it's like, oh, that's a low blow. Because the service mood is so strong, So I don't remember the Sanskrit, but I have to find it. About this boldness to serve. Maybe it's in that. Does someone have a phone on them? No. Wow, everyone's so surrendered. No one. You don't have your phone. Oh, okay. You're using it for safe. You have. Can you? Well, he's keeping it for seva. Okay, he's keeping it for seva. Can you look on Veda base? I think it's this verse. It begins Kshantir Avyarta. Ksantir. If you look that up on Veda base, it begins like that, the verse. And it mentions these qualities that develop in someone who's progressing in devotion. So the first one, they don't like to waste time. They're always hopeful. And I think that's the verse that mentions this boldness to serve, but I could be wrong. It could be. Actually, I think that might be in Prapanna-Jivanamritam.
It might be a different one. I know.
Yeah. You think I know, what I'm talking about. Yeah. I think it's another one.
I don't think that's in there.
Yeah. I think that it's a verse maybe in Bhagavatam included in Prapanna. We'll have to find it later.
Sorry, the internet is a bit...
What did you say? The internet?
Yes.
Okay.
How far with the internet?
Okay, no problem. We got the gist here. But that's another very nice verse. We used to have that in Calcutta at the foot of the stairs in Dum Dum Park, and I always used to like to meditate on that. Gurudev liked that, I heard, like having these quotes, Hare Krishna, having these quotes up, verses. And so you saw, especially at Dum Dum Park, I think Tirtha Maharaj, we have to thank him for that. He painted big verses on the walls. That Savai Pumsam Pado Dharmo, that verse is there on the walls, and very nice. And you're always meditating on this. You're surrounded by them.
Yes, now I'm in the page.
Okay, vedabase.com, huh?
Yes, I'm in there.
Okay.
Well, what? I follow
maybe I'll do it, yeah. Thank you. But I think it is this other. Maybe I have to look on whatchamacallit, on Krishna search. Oh yeah, it's not, must be the internet. Huh?
Yeah.
It's not working.
It's very slow.
Okay, now it's coming. Oh. Kshantir. No, it's not really working.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll find it later.
Did you make a note of the shlokas that were up everywhere?
No. It's just you're passing by every day. And actually, a lot of devotees think that, like, I sit in my room and study shlokas, but I've practically never done that. There were a few times I tried to learn some verses, but mostly it's just from hearing them again and again. And they have their own life, actually. Like there are some verses I've tried to learn and I could never learn. And other verses I never tried, and just they're always with me. And even I won't think of them for a year, and then I'm giving a talk, and then suddenly I think, oh, that verse is nice, and it just comes, Yeah, no, actually, Gurudev, he talked about this throwing power, like how he said he learned so much because of Srila Sridhar Maharaj's throwing power. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj would teach him some verse, and then it would make some impression on his heart. He would receive that. And so I feel like that, just from the throwing power of Gurudev, and also many of the Vaishnavas, like Shuddha Shava Prabhu, repeating verses in his talks, and that makes some impression. And Goswami Maharaj also. And also I used to do transcriptions for the office seva. And so, when you're doing transcriptions, you have to hear things again and again. And so then you're trying to find the verse. So just, through naturally, really, through service, many things come. And they really have their own life, these shlokas. They're conscious. Conscious, chintamani. What's that verse that Shuddha used to like a lot? I was talking about it with Paramananda Prabhu knows a lot of verses. Yes. I didn't know that. When he more than me, he has memorized. When I met him in Govardhan, we had some nice shloka discussions. But we were talking about that one that Shuddha really liked. If I can hear the first word. It's in Prapanna Jivanamritam. Tad britya britya. You know that verse? Britya britya. Brityam. Itimam smada lokanata. But how's the beginning? Majjanmana phalam idam maru kaitabane matparta niya madanugraha esha eva. This will be the fulfillment of my life. This will be your grace upon me, O Lord. If you will remember me as Twad Britya Britya, Padicharaka Britya Britya, Britya means servants. So it's the servant of the servant of the servant of your servant, like that. Brityasya itimam. If you will remember me like that, Lord, that will be everything to me. This will be your grace upon me. This will be the perfection of my life, if you can remember me. Like, wow, what a deep mood of devotion. When you hear things like that, you think, oh, I'm so far, And they're not just saying these as nice sound bites, but that's their sincere feeling. That if I can be considered as the servant of the servant of the servant of your servant. What a deep mood, deep feeling of appreciation. The most remote connection with you, everything to me. The smallest connection is everything to me. That is real bhakti, real devotion. That Prapanna Jivanamrita is so... Actually, that's what we should read this morning. We should read Prapanna Jivanamrita. Could you pass me that, Pandita? We need to read more Prapanna Jivanamrita, actually. And this book is actually like our Mat book. Because Srila Maharaj was preparing this at the time that he founded the mission in 1942. Wow, this is really in here. This was his meditation at the time when he was beginning Sri Chaitanya Saraswati. Oh, this is a brand new copy, huh? I always remember Mahananda Prabhu telling me once, my Prapanna Jivanamrita is black, And now I'm like that too. I'm like very proud because my Prapanna Jivanamrita is like falling apart and black. It's like when you see people's japa, oh, you haven't been chanting much. Your japa bag is too clean. Your beads look too,
too grand.
Yeah, too shiny. So this Prapanna Jivanamrita should be following. Maybe the old one actually fell apart. That's what happened.
Temple,
I'm sure that.
Temple Prapanna Jivanamrita.
Yeah, it was being read so much.
Retired.
Yeah, so this is a second one.
I saw the Revealed Truth in East London Temple.
That
one is falling apart totally, like with tape, and the spine is
oh, really? Exactly, that's what we want to hear. No, but really, I think there was another one, right?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, you were giving me the nice brand new card. Let's see, maybe we just... Well, yesterday we actually had a question. It was from Bindya. Well, I don't know if she minds me mentioning her name. But she was asking for verses that would help one who's going through a difficult time. And I said, at this time I can't think of one in particular, but I suggest that you read Prapanna Jivanamritam, because there are so many verses there which are giving comfort to the devotees, and so many deep expressions of surrender and taking shelter of the Lord. So maybe actually, and in particular, I'm thinking those chapters, confidence in the Lord's protection and embracing the Lord's guardianship. Very reassuring to the devotees. So maybe we can actually read some of these verses. And embracing the Lord's guardianship also has a special place because it's said to be the main mood in saranagati, the principal mood, and everything else is like supporting that. Let's see, maybe that we'll read from that chapter, embracing the Lord's guardianship. Here it is. So this begins with Srila Sridhar Maharaj's own compositions, as every chapter does, summarizing the mood as a whole. He Krishna pahimam nata kripayat magatam kuru ityevam prarthanam krishnam praptum swami sarupataha gopchitve vadanam gyeyam bhaktir hridya tarambaram prapatye kar tokatvena tad ankitvena tatsmitam. O Krishna, please protect me. My dear Lord, kindly accept me as your own. Such a prayer, as well as the prayer to obtain Sri Krishna as one's Lord and Master, is the supreme solace to the hearts of the pure devotees, and is known by them as Goptritre Varanam, embracing the Lord's guardianship. Because it expresses one and the same ideal as unconditional surrender, Goptritre Varanam is accepted as the chief of the 6 limbs of surrender. And now the first verse, oh, sweet, que dulce. The first verse Srila Sridhar Maharaj chooses here is from Shikshashtakam, 5th verse of Shikshashtakam. Shri Bhagavato Bhakta Bhavena Shraya Prarthanam. Appearing as his own devotee, the Supreme Lord himself prays for refuge. Ayi Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram. Everybody knows this verse, right? You know some verses, Gopal. Krishna.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
Probably all of them, right? You know?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
Probably.
You have a good head for verses.
Not too much, but I have to try. When I was living in the temple, when I was more young, I was learning a lot of verses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot practically all of them. I have to study again. It is necessary sometimes, for
Yes.
for our practice.
Yes, engages the brain.
Yeah.
But the Shikshashtakam verses, yeah. Somehow those verses, they come to your heart. Yeah. So this verse everybody knows. Ayi nanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mambishame bhavambudo kripaya tavapada pankaja stita duli sajisham vichintaya. And you're learning the verses, right, Nanda? Do you recognize that? The first one and the third one.
I know the first one.
And the third one, right? So appearing as his own devotee, the Supreme Lord himself prays for refuge. O Nanda Nandana, son of King Nanda, although I am your eternal servitor, I have fallen into the terrible ocean of material existence due to the fructification of my own karma. Please graciously consider me to be a particle of dust at your lotus feet. Let's see. Oh, this is a nice one that perhaps answers the question. Sri Krishna charanam eva prapananam santapa hari sudavarshi atapacham. The lotus feet of Lord Krishna are the umbrella to vanquish the suffering of his surrendered souls and shower nectar upon them. And now this is a verse from Uddhava, probably in Bhagavatam. Tapa chayana vihatasya gode santapya manasya bhavadvan isha pashyami nanyat charanam tavangri dvandva tapachad amrita vivarshat. O Master, for persons afflicted by the triple miseries in this ghastly course of material existence, I see no other shelter but the umbrella of your holy lotus feet, from which the rain of eternal nectar showers down. For the disturbed, and this is another verse, for the disturbed soul who is flogged by his 6 enemies, only the shelter of the lotus feet of his natural master awards him immortality and fearlessness and sorrowlessness. And now this is the verse. O Supreme Soul, for time immemorial in this material world, I have been tormented with sin, stung with remorse, and constantly harassed by my 6 insatiable enemies, the 5 senses and the mind. O gracious awarder of shelter, somehow I have come before your holy lotus feet, which are the embodiment of fearlessness, sorrowlessness, and positive immortality. O my Lord, please protect this one distressed. Let's see. O Lord, without you, this is Jamunacharya, I cannot have a guardian. Without me, you cannot have a fit recipient for your mercy. This is our relationship as the Creator and the created. Therefore, please take my charge, O my Master, and never leave me. O Chaitanya Chandra, this is Prabodhananda, I have fallen into the miserable ocean of material existence and being devoured by the sharks and alligators of lust, anger, greed, madness, delusion, and hatred. Chained by wicked desires, I am bereft of any shelter. Please graciously grant me the refuge of your holy lotus feet. Oh, this is an amazing verse. Srila Sridhar Maharaj discusses this in Search for Sri Krishna. This is Rupa Goswami's verse, glorifying the holy name. Nikila Shuti Moli Ratnamala Duti Niraji Tapada Pankajanta Ayi Mukta Kuler Pasyamana Paritastvam Harinam Samshayami. The acme of all the Vedas, the Upanishads, are like a string of transcendental jewels. The tips of the toes of your lotus feet, O holy name, are eternally worshipped by the radiance emanating from those jewels. This is an incredible verse. It's saying how the Upanishads, they're doing arati to the holy name, right? So all the Upanishads, they represent the highest section of Vedic thought, generally speaking, right? And so they're compared to these crown jewels, right? And then the light, and then this verse is saying that the light coming from these jewels of the Upanishads, that they're using their light to do arati to the holy name, to the lotus feet of the holy name. It's just like too much, this verse. This is Rupa Goswami. You are constantly worshipped by the great liberated souls, headed by Narada and Shuka, whose hearts are reposed in complete absence of worldly aspirations. Therefore, O name divine, I surrender unto you in every time, place, and circumstance. Srila Sridhar Maharaj gives an incredible explanation of this verse. He says how the whole of the Vedas, what is the Veda actually? It's sound, right? He said it's a jungle of different sounds, right? And you may see that, they're all discussing many diverse subject matters. But if you have a discerning eye, you'll see there's some central objective. There's one common thread running through, and that is that they all are glorifying the holy name, and they are revering that as the highest. Nikila Shuti Moli Ratnamala. So Ratnamala, like a garland of jewels. All of these Upanishads, which are the head of all the Vedic texts, they're like a string of jewels. Dyuti Nirajita, Dyuti, they're effulgent, so they're effulgence. Nirajita, they're doing arati, they're doing puja. Pada Pankajanta, to the lotus feet of the holy name. A yi, and this a yi is like an exclamation, like, my God, like we just heard, a yi nanda tanuja, like, oh my goodness, like, oh, Mukta Kul, the section of liberated souls, they are worshipping you. So high, so dignified you are, even the liberated souls, they are worshipping you. How great you are. Upashamana, they are worshipping you. So I surrender to that holy name wholeheartedly. And where is that chapter, confidence in the Lord's protection? I'll read a few from there as well. Oh, this is a very nice verse from Kulashekar. This is in confidence of the Lord's protection. Satyam Bravimi. Do you know that verse? I'm sure it rings a bell. Satyam Bravimi Manuja Swayam Urdva Bahur. Yo Yo Mukunda Narasimha Janardane. You remember that verse that we were talking about? Jivoja Patyanudinam Maranera Neva Pashana Kashta Sadrishaya Dadatya Bhishtam. O human civilization with arms upraised, I proclaim this truth. The holy name awards all desired success upon even stone and wooden-hearted persons who, in the struggle for existence, constantly chant the Lord's name, such as Mukunda Narasimha Janardana. It has such a nice meter to it. Satyam Bravimi Manuja Swayam Urdva Bahur Yo Yo Mukunda Narasimha Janardaneti Jivo Japatya Nudinam Maranera Neva Pashana Kashta Sajishaya Dadatya Bhishtam.
First rap
Oh, now this is a beautiful verse. For those who are struggling in material existence. This is Parikshit Maharaj, right? What was his prayer? He's facing death. He's got 7 days left to live. That's pretty extreme. What's his expression? Tam upayatam pratiyantu vipra gangacha devi jita chittam ishe dvijo pashishta kuha kastaksha kova dashatvalam gayata vishnugata. O pure Brahmins, may you kindly know me as a surrendered soul, and let Mother Ganges accept me as one whose heart is offered to Lord Krishna. Let the winged serpent Takshak, or whatever magical creation has been incited by the son of the Brahmin, bite me immediately if it so desires. May you all simply go on singing the glories of the Lord. Such deep faith, right? Everything in this world is temporary, coming and going. This body is coming and going. But Harikatha, discussion of the Lord, that represents eternity, eternal current of truth. So if this body will go, let it go. But my only prayer is that this life-giving nectar, right, of divine truth, uplifting truth, that stream may continue and uplift the souls of this world. Now this is giving us perspective, right? This is giving us perspective. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj's illumination is faith, even in the face of impending doom, that tidings of Lord Krishna, Sri Harikatha, is the only protection. Oh, this is a nice one. This is from Devaki, Krishna's mother. Martyo mrityu vala vyala bita palayan lokan sarvan nirbhayam nadjagachat tvatpadabjam prapya yajutsrya shushta sheti mrityur asmadapaiti. O Supreme Lord, despite fleeing throughout every planet of the universe out of fear of the black snake of death, the mortal being cannot find a place devoid of fear. But when he is blessed with the fortune of coming to the shelter of your lotus feet, he becomes reposed with a peaceful heart, and death itself flees from his company. Oh, wow. This is Kulashekar. Wow. Bhava jaladi gatanam dvandavatahatanam sutta duhitcha kalatra chana pararditanam vishama vishaya toye majatam aplavanam bhavati sharanam eko vishnu nadanam. For those persons who, bereft of a vessel, have fallen into the ocean of mundane existence. I think this is the verse here. This is the verse that I'll suggest. For those persons who, bereft of a vessel, means a ship, right, have fallen into the ocean of mundane existence, who are being lashed by the hurricane of duality. It's very graphic. Based on mundane attraction and aversion, who are crushed by the burden of protecting wife and family, etc., who are drowning in the ghastly whirlpool of sensual pleasures. The only shelter is the lifeboat of the holy lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, Vishnu. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj's illumination is samsara dukkha klishtanam Shri Vishnu paramam padam evaikashaya. The holy feet of Lord Vishnu are the only shelter for persons tormented by the miseries of material existence. Yeah, these verses are so comforting, actually. Such a deep mood of surrender is being. Oh, this one, so beautiful, Rupa Goswami. I'm sure you know this one. Nirashayanam evaikashaya, the only shelter for the shelterless. Now this is Rupa Goswami. Viritta vividya bade branti vega dagade balavati bhavapode majito me vidure asharana ganabando akripa komudindo sakrita vilambam dehi hastavalambam. I am drowning in some remote region of a fathomless, treacherous ocean. You remember this verse, right? Once you read it, you don't forget it.
What page is that on?
87.
87.
I am drowning in some remote region of a fathomless, treacherous ocean. The vast sea of frustration, swept by the tide of hallucination. O friend of the shelterless, O benediction moon, please just once now lend me your helping hand. Wow. Okay. We will finish. This is a beautiful verse from Draupadi. Where did it go? The revealed sweetness of confidence in the Lord's protection. This is the verse. Like the sun ascending through the darkness, like a boat for the helplessly drowning, like a rain cloud of sweet waters for the parched, like a treasure for the impoverished, like a physician for the deadly afflicted, The Lord Sri Krishna is now coming to bless us with all good fortune. Very beautiful. Tamasi ravir yodyan majatam aplavanam plava eva chishitanam swadu varshiva megha nidir eva nidananam tivra dukamayanam bishag eva kushalam nodatam ayati shodi. Bhumos kalita padanam bhumir eva valambanam tvai jata pradanam dvam eva sharanam prabho. He is proven to be the only shelter, since there is actually no shelter other than him. For those who have stumbled and fallen upon the ground, that very ground is the only support by which they can arise once again. Likewise, for those who have offended you, O Lord, you alone are their only refuge. Jai Sri Sri Prapanna-Jivanamritam ki jai. So which verses did you like to memorize before? When you said when you were younger you would memorize a
when I
lot.
was living in the temple. Well, the Saxticans, no? Well, actually, I don't remember all the verses from the, I think just the first one and the second one, and the third one is very easy. Well, it's very easy to remind, but
Yeah,
for
heavy
practice
too.
Yes, I remember I was learning a verse from the bhagavad-bhaktitah, but I had in my mind now, but I forgot again.
Dharma approach, perfect.
No, this. I cannot remind.
So but verses like you would read in the books and then you would go to learn them, or you heard in a lecture like that.
No, I just reading. I remember when we were living there, there was the manager of the temple. He liked put a group of devotees and learn some verses, no, with a big screen. So learn this verse and remind it all the time while you do service.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
first try to take notes from the verse and then practice that verse per day. One verse or two verses per day. So
Okay. Really, that's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Every day, huh?
Yes. That's good. That's good.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we're thinking.
Okay, let's start with the verse that Srila Guru Maharaj said. Huh?
He was page 87.
The verse that Srila Guru Maharaj said everyone should learn. You probably know it already, but the bhagavad-bhaktitah sarvam. Do you know this verse? This is it's in Prapanna Jivanamrita actually. I can't get this out. It's did you learn? You were learning that verse, weren't you?
I was, yeah. I think I wrote it down. My shloku.
Yeah, I think you did. It's in the first chapter, and this is one of Srila Sridhar Maharaj's original verses. Oh, where is it? Here it is. It's verse 35 of the first chapter. It's a good challenge. Do you have this verse memorized, Pandita? Okay, so then that's good. This is a challenge for everyone. And what it is this verse, it's a summary of saranagati. What is saranagati? Bhagavad-bhaktitah sarvam it utsrjya vidher kainkaryam krsna-padaika srayatvam saranagati. Being governed by the faith that all success is achieved by serving the Supreme Lord, to abandon servitude to even scriptural injunctions, and take exclusive refuge in the lotus feet of Sri Krishna in every time, place, and circumstance is known as saranagati, unconditional surrender. So bhagavad-bhaktitah sarvam, to have the faith that devotion, bhakti to Bhagavan is sarvam, it is everything. Right? This is the first element of surrender. Then utsrjya vidher, and that faith will be so strong that if necessary, one will even give up strict regulations surrounding the service of Krishna. For service, they may even give up certain scriptural rules and regulations, which to us, it's not so hard. But
Not that attached to that. Overwhelmed.
we don't have that problem.
Yeah.
We have other problems. That's not really one of them. But for some, like those who grow up, and I've seen it, and I've seen it in some cases with those who have, especially with those who have grown up in the Vedic culture, it can be very difficult. There's too much attachment to very strict following of different things. But Gurudev, actually, maybe tomorrow morning, we can read in Revealed Truth. Gurudev gives a very nice explanation of this verse. And actually, it'll be a very nice meditation. Krsna-padaika, to take exclusive shelter of Krishna in every situation. Srayatvam, saranagati. This is devotion to Krishna. This is surrender. Saranagati. Okay. Prabhu, you want to see? Jai Sri Sri Prapanna Jivanamrtam ki jai.
Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama
Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya
Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudana
Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudana
Giridhari Gopinath Sanamohana Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chanda
Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chanda
Nadadhar Shiva Shruti Prabhakta Binda
Nadadhara Shiva Shruti Prabhakta
Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunatha Sundar Radha Giridhari ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Sri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rakasita Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Jai Gaura Pramanandi.
Is there some whiteboard in the temple? I think there used to be one, right?
There's a big one in the, not that big, but a good size one. Kids would.
Maybe we can write the.
Yes.
Shloka
Yes,
there.
there. Yes.
Yeah, okay.